Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy read. Today this reading is going to be dedicated to the solstice, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, at least in the northern hemisphere. And because it's considered to be the highest point of sun impact on our planet within the 365-day year. And it also falls into the Cancer zodiac sign. So sun isn't, so it's about the sun, right? It's the solstice. And sun is currently in Cancer. So Cancer is playing a big role in the energy and how it's manifested for us. How do we receive it, right? So naturally it's supposed to provide some extra jolt of energy and enlightenment in terms of extra inspiration, extra enthusiasm. The Cancer brings a more like a softer vibe to it, where well, first of all, it's a water sign, right? So it's very much connected with feelings and emotions. So you can be getting some of this like emotional jolts where you get excited about something and you want to go and do it right away, right? Or you become very emotional about a certain subject and you see like new connections and new connections and new ways. Lost my thought. Yeah, anyway, so family, yeah, that's another important topic for the energy of Cancer. So you may feel like you want to dedicate more time to family connections, to spending time with your loved ones, or reorganizing something in your home to make it more of that nest feeling and make it a comfortable place for you and your loved ones to spend time in. So all of those ideas are welcome. Just, be aware, be open-minded as usual. It can also be a great opportunity to tie up some loose ends in any of the topics, or, it can be very practical, very down to earth. It can be something that you're figuring out for yourself of how, what kind of decision you want to make, right? Or sort of changing your mindset around certain topics where you weren't as open before. You were very much determined on a certain path, and now you're reconsidering, right? So that could be lingering with you, could have been lingering for a while, and now it's a great time for that to find closure and to be able to kind of tie it up and make a decision. There we go. Right? And by the way, we're still impacted by that super moon in Sag that we had just a few days ago, right? So remember, we spoke about that creative energy and energy to kind of go and do it that we've got from Sag and from that full moon. So those definitely combine at this time, and they do a lot of good stuff for us in terms of helping move us forward, and not in a tower way, but more in a full kind of energy way, right? Where you're looking at the world with fresh perspective and you're open to whatever is brought into your journey, right? Okay, to tarot now. Well, actually, we're gonna start as usual with an oracle deck. So let's see today what this energy does to the Twin Flame Collective, what it brings around for Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines. So I'm gonna pull a card for each of the twins, and then we'll get into tarot. For Divine Feminine, we have the card Rescue, number 16. I love it. Notice the rainbow up here coming out of the chimney. It's actually a very positive card. I'm gonna read this one because I don't think that I've actually come across it before. So you are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask. and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. That's a super important concept. I love this. Okay, let's see what we have for the masculines. Number 20, flying. Look at that, beautiful. Also has the rainbow colors. And masculines are flying. If you were a bird flying high in the air, what would you see? When you soar above life's challenges and opportunities, a new perspective becomes available. Today, you have invisible wings that allow you to swiftly bring your circumstances into alignment with your highest purpose. This is a sign that your waiting is over, that all your hard work has paid off, and the things you hoped for are no longer beyond your scope. You have the ability to reach for the stars and find one with your name on it. Spread your wings and soar. The angels are waiting for you. How beautiful is that? And very much in tune with the energies I was just talking about. So love this, love this. Okay, let's see what we have. What's the energy like for Divine Feminine Collective right now? What do we need to know about the energy during the solstice time? And by the way, that's not going to be just for today or tomorrow. It's going to be relevant for the days to come, like at least a week, maybe longer. Wow, we got the sun for the females, for the divine feminines. Yeah, take gender how it applies to your case, but this is about the energy, not the gender. So this is for divine feminine energies, the sun. I love it. What do we have for the masculines? I'll pull a clarifier as well. We have 8 of Wands. Communication, I'm getting that's the communication with the angels, with the spirit. What do we have for the connection at this time? What is the solstice teaching us on the twin flame journey? 10 of Pentacles and death. Wow. And right away I get a message that it's changing our worldview, like completely transforming our view on family, love life, and what that happily ever after means to us, right? Home life, I was just talking about home, right, at the beginning. So that's also what home means to you. Maybe some of you thought before that that's the white picket fence house in the suburbs of a big city. And now you're thinking maybe we'll go live in some islands, exotic islands, right? And we don't really need much. You know, that sort of idea, right? So, and it may seem a little more artificial on the surface, but there's actually so much more around it. I was actually thinking about similar topic just the other day, right? Because it seems like it's just about the place or, I don't know, the decor or the climate, but it's actually more because it will mean having a certain lifestyle. It will mean prioritizing certain aspects of your life, right? It will mean certain people around you, right? A lot of things of how you're gonna build your life. When you have kids, what kind of life they will have in that home with that surrounding, right? And home doesn't just mean the building, but you know, everything within and everything around, like the local community and all of that. So the mindset and the views are changing for the twins as a result of this energy of what it is, mostly in the direction of being more open-minded about it, right? Welcoming something new, something intriguing into the space, as opposed to just sticking with whatever plan you've already made for yourself. Some of you, I'm hearing, made that plan when you know, in your childhood of what that happy family life is going to be for you. Okay, let me pull clarifiers for the sun and 8 of Wands. Please clarify the sun. Knight of Pentacles. Please clarify 8 of Wands. And by the way, if you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button, to subscribe to my channel, or to leave a comment below the video. 4 of Wands in reverse. All right, that's interesting. So let's start with the feminine. So we have the sun. clarified by Knight of Pentacles. So what I'm getting with this is it's important, it's actually interesting. We also have a female figure in the Sun card. It's not the same in all the decks, so this is very, very interesting. And this is telling me that it's time for the divine feminines to enjoy this sunny energy. Sun is normally actually corresponding to the masculine energy, but regardless, like, first of all, it helps us rebalance masculine and feminine within us. It also has a huge healing value for us. And when we get like logically during the longest day of the year, we get the most amount of sun energy as we can. Hopefully you have a sunny day as well. But even if you don't, the sun is still there, you know that, right? You still work with its energy. And in here you can see like she's working on her craft and some of her passions and something that brings her joy, right? And sun is about the joy, and she's the happiest card in the deck for a reason. So, you know, don't just flow in that energy, apply it to something for yourself, for your life, right? Plant some seeds. I'm seeing with this card specifically, plant some seeds for your future growth or for building on, you know, your hobbies or specific parts of your mission that make you happy, but maybe you didn't have a chance to explore that deeply, right? So this is a chance to invest your energy into it. And even if you don't really know at this point how it's going to manifest itself in the long term, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the moment, enjoy the sunny energy, and be in your, you know, highest vibe, highest expression, and doing things that you genuinely enjoy doing. Being with people who you feel that warmth from, that you're loved by, right? People who are willing to share that. This will serve double in terms of preparing this foundation for for growth, for abundance, for happiness in your personal life, and whatever else you may be focused on these days. For divine masculines, we have 8 of Wands clarified by 4 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so divine masculines are getting messages and getting this amazing connection with the angels, with the guides, with the divine, around why their family, this is also a reflection of a family life to a certain extent. This is the marriage, this is like the part where a contract is signed, where a commitment is made, right? So they're getting some information during this time of why it has been a challenge for them through their lifetime. The topic of marriage and commitment has been something that gave them goosebumps, and not in a good way, right? Made them nervous. And it started, for a lot of masculines, started also in their childhood, with the stories they got from their parents, or maybe from other families that they've known. And somehow the storyline, led them think that there's something dangerous about it, that it limits your freedom as soon as you get committed somewhere with someone, that it brings a lot of troubles, that it's almost like a promise that there will be challenges along the way. It's almost like before you make a commitment, and it's I would say a very widespread stereotype in the global community, especially for the masculine figures, that before you made that commitment, even if you've been with a person for a while, even if you, or you prefer to be with one person, right? Doesn't mean that you're, being a player and sleeping around, right? But it's like, while we're sort of dating and not making any official promises, it seems like more of an elated energy and lighthearted, right? And we are having fun. As soon as official commitment is made, it becomes something a lot more serious, where a lot of serious questions are raised, and then people in that couple start having disagreements and start discovering they're actually not on the same page in life about how they want to do stuff. And it's almost like, wow, that's a big one. It's almost like a lot of masculines intuitively push that commitment away because they don't want to get into that part where a relationship gets damaged gets, you know, into that muddy water of determining, you know, how we're gonna get mortgage, you know, joint bank account, how many kids we want, arranging home, which we saw here, right? So this is part of the transformation. So they will see that those patterns are almost hereditary, really built, right? And they've been, the reason why they have those fears is because they've had certain experience that stereotype those topics for them. But it doesn't mean that it has to be like that to them. And the longer they push it away, you know, what you resist persists, the more of a problem it's going to be. So they are starting to see that perspective. And then as a continuation of this story, of course, they will also see, both of the twins are being a change in their views on what that happy home and happy family actually mean to them. That's huge. Okay, I don't want to get too long. I'm gonna pull some cards with my Hermit Tarot deck between the twins. So let's see what Divine Masculines want to say to Feminines at this time while they're in this solstice energy. Okay, I have to pick it up. Sorry, guys. So we have, I want you, I worry about us a lot, and seek professional advice. So this I'm getting is not going to be relevant for everyone, but remember, especially when we got that rescue card for the Divine Feminines, the message was don't be afraid to ask for help. So that's that. Like if any of you feminines feel like you need to, like you're not very sure what the next step is, which direction to go to, how to resolve your current challenge, a conundrum, seek professional advice. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be like an officially certified professional advice, right? But at least somebody trustworthy, someone who's experienced, someone who you feel like you can trust with that topic. And as a reminder from Divine Masculines that, yeah, this is like, the way I read this is, this love is like scares them a lot because they understand this is something big and important. That's not something they've seen before. It doesn't comply with any of the templates that they've seen, including the topics of home and happy family. So they are scared because they don't know how that's gonna work, because it just doesn't fit into any of the compartments or any of the, like, you know, like I'm seeing actually this like multiple choice of like, what kind of couple are you, right? And they're like several templates of like, okay, we're this kind of couple, we're gonna live our life in this way. We're this kind of couple, we're gonna do this. And this just doesn't comply with any of those boxes. That's why it's scary. But they definitely have a lot of passion for you, feminines, at this time. Okay, let's pull messages from feminines to masculines. Okay, that's enough, I think. Whew, we have one sword. I'm in so much pain. Yeah, I'm hearing that's the storyline for those Divine Feminines who need some help, but they are at this point they're facing the truth that they are in pain. For some, this connection is bringing them pain at this moment, and you know, they understand that they need some, like, they understand that's the truth, as much as they're trying to put a good face on it and on themselves to say that, you know, this connection is magical and I'm so happy I'm part of it and I'm on this journey. It's still, the fact is, it's painful and there's nothing wrong with it. And especially in the earlier stages, there's more, I would say there's more pain than the, you know, the lovey-dovey aspect of it. The more you heal through the triggers, the easier it gets and the more appreciative you become of it. And the easier it is to work through the negativity if that comes up again, when that comes up again. Love is the answer and your family won't like me. Very interesting thoughts, but yeah, they know that eventually love will win. That's what I'm getting here, and that's the only thing that matters really. But they understand that it's gonna take a while, because for the masculine, and that's what I'm getting, that's interesting. It's not that they worry about it a lot, but they understand that for the masculines, it is an important topic. of how their family, their parents, their surrounding is going to accept divine feminine. And they get it, and they're willing to be patient while those things are getting sorted, not to push too much on, like, you know, when are you gonna introduce me, or, you know, stuff like that. So good for you, divine feminines. Guys, I hope this has been useful for you. Some major topics discussed today. If you want personal advice, don't forget that you can contact me on my email address, and we can schedule something, and we can work together in terms of coaching sessions, or I can do a personal reading for you and look at your situation more precisely. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.